So I've got, by the time I'm done making this video and getting a coffee, an hour and a half to an hour and 45 minutes to come up with a window display concept for a shoe. I have no campaign to lean on, so I can't even go the lazy route. I have no real info on the shoe whatsoever. Supposedly it's a 90s kind of style icon. I don't remember seeing it, and I can find no evidence that it was. It's difficult to suss out the sort of technical background of the shoe and or to find any storytelling around it. So all the sort of traditional avenues, this is all the stuff that when you come out of a kickoff with a client, you would typically be irritated by, because you have basically no info. So with that said, you do your certain amount of research to figure out if there is a story or a there. But once you realize that there's not, it's time to move on to the next step, which is to embrace what you do have. And what I do have in this particular context is 2 shoes. So that's what we're gonna run with. And so here's how I'm gonna develop a concept in an hour and a half. The first thing is I'm gonna have no judgments or predetermined ideas of an outcome. Because if I do that, it's gonna get in the way of me stumbling upon a happy accident. I'm gonna look at the shoe and the 1 paragraph of copy I have about it and look for any idea that may be translated into visuals. So right now, what I think is there is tone on tone, black and white, and tension. There's an aspect of it that looks like an Osiris D3 or an old suspension bridge. So those are my options. So I'm gonna take the black and white stuff, I'm gonna shuffle it to the side and not worry about it. I'm gonna take the tonal thing, probably not gonna worry about that either. That'll be something I think about once I get into the execution part of it. But what I'm gonna latch onto is tension. And I'm just gonna do 2 things. I'm gonna pull out Google image search, and I'm gonna search for tension materials. And then I'm gonna go into Pinterest, and I'm gonna do the same thing. And then I'm gonna start pulling as much stuff as possible that has some aesthetic quality that I can share. So I might find sculptures, design, patterns, whatever. I'm gonna pull a whole bunch of stuff. I'm not really gonna judge it, just anything that's remotely interesting, I'm gonna pull into a secret Pinterest board, and then I'm gonna sub-organize that stuff once I figure it out. So the first step is I'm just gonna do straight research. I'm just gonna extract. I might think of some sculptor, some old constructivist thing, and search that out really quickly. I'm probably not gonna give myself more than 20 to 30 minutes to do so. Then I'm gonna organize the stuff that I've pulled into little subgroups. That's gonna take probably 6 minutes tops. And then, once I've organized that stuff, I'm gonna put each subgroup on a page in a presentation deck. And then as quickly as I possibly can, I'm gonna create really shitty pencil sketches of how this might play out in a window. And that's about it. And I have complete and total faith that within an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes, I'll have a workable concept. I'll have an idea of how it'll play out in reality. And I'll have the story of why it's relevant for this product written up. And then I'm lucky in that an hour and a half, I don't actually have to show it to the client. I'll show it to a CD, an account person. We'll figure out how to tighten it up, or if it's clear, and then we'll spend about an hour and a half probably tightening it up or slightly refining it or pulling more images if it seems unclear. It's just everything kind of always comes down to 3 really simple steps if you work with reality and you let go of preconceived notions. You know, it's research, which is basically just extract and pull. Then you organize, analyze, and ideate. That's simple. All right, thanks a lot for watching.